Hello! This video is for people who are thinking about buying a new business, about buying and operating a hologram zoo. A hologram zoo is like a normal zoo, except all the animals are holograms made out of laser light. They look real and they act alive, but you can put your hand straight through them. Hologram Zoo is a set of equipment that you buy. Our installers visit you and set it all up. You pay a content fee each year, and we supply you with new regular shows. So if I was in your shoes, I think the first question I'd be asking is, who makes Hologram Zoo? What have they done before? And are they going to look after me? Hologram Zoo is made by Axiom Holographics. We're one of the largest hologram companies in the world. We're based out of Brisbane, Australia. Normally, we make hologram equipment for groups like Honeywell, Airbus, Lockheed Martin, Bentley, British Defence and others. Prime Minister Modi of India used our hologram table to unveil Asia's largest airport. In the Middle East, Neom is the Saudi Arabian royal family's futuristic city that they're building in the desert. They use our hologram table to sell to people who are buying off the plan before the construction project is done. Bill Gates's luxury Four Seasons resort in the Maldives has a famous underwater hologram aquarium room. That was also produced by Axiom Holographics. We also did the Shanghai life-sized hologram dinosaur show. So a lot of the world's best-known hologram projects are done by us. I'm Bruce Dell, the CEO. I'm normally considered to be one of Australia's top inventors. I wrote the core graphics algorithm for Nexco, the Tokyo Traffic Authority. I wrote the core graphics algorithm for the French railway system. And about half the world's laser scanners, the Leica brand, uses my core graphics algorithms. So I'm normally very good at software and computer memory management. But I assembled a team of very good people in hardware, and we moved into making some of the world's most advanced hologram technology. The gentleman on the left was our first investor, the person who funded it all. He was the CEO of Mincom, the largest technology company in the Southern Hemisphere. He's retired from Mincom now, and he's the chairman here at Axiom Holographics. For the first few years, we didn't produce anything. We just tested the properties of different crystals. We wanted to see how light waves would bend on different materials. We did nothing but endless experiments and constantly making new discoveries. Then we put it all together and made a new form of hologram technology, a form that was much cheaper and much better than what existed so far. As we said earlier, our company normally supplies governments, university, defense and science centers all over the world. But about 2 years ago, we moved into entertainment and opened up the world's first hologram zoo. A hologram zoo is a set of equipment. It's metal bars with canvas panels. It has a long tunnel that families walk through. It has some animal enclosures, some fenced areas around the back. And then it has what's called a sky roof. It looks like a piece of glass that animals walk over the top of. There are optional pieces of equipment like a photo booth and a small theatre as well. People go around this equipment many times, and each time it shows them something different. The whole show takes about 45 minutes. The technology is something new and different that people haven't seen before. Let's have a look at how it works. So here, as we go towards this dinosaur, you're seeing the front of his face. And as we go past him, you see the side of his head. Now, you wouldn't get that if this was ordinary projectors on a wall. Neither would it work like this if it was an ordinary 3D movie. These walls project real depth according to the people's position. So rather than being flat, it looks like they're looking out a window. But the most exciting part is that the animals come off the walls and they fly around in the room with you. Here you can see it from above. Most people have never seen anything like this before. They reach out to touch the animals. Of course, their hand goes straight through. They're made out of light. Here we can see a Japanese crane bird going over the people's heads. Do you see this dirty old piece of wood? That's made of laser light as well. They could reach up and their hand would go straight through it. In 2023, Time magazine looked at all the new virtual reality, augmented reality, and holographic technology, and they gave Axiom Holographics the award for Best New Invention in this category. That's a pretty big award. You don't get Time magazine's Best Technology Award for nothing. The other winner in the category was Apple. With this technology and a little bit of imagination, you can imagine all the different things that we can do. We can make holographic rain fall down around the people. In number 3, you can see holographic water fill the whole tunnel. In number 6, they're flying away in Santa's sleigh. In A, a Tyrannosaurus Rex comes off the wall to eat them. In number 4, pigs are jumping off the wall for them to catch. Now the people do wear small glasses, but it's not virtual reality. Virtual reality is a much larger headset and it has screens over your eyes. These are glasses that are more like what you would wear in the 3D movies. They come in adults and children's sizes, and they go over the top of ordinary glasses. So getting back to having a look at the main equipment. We've just spoken about the long tunnels that people walk through. They normally walk through them for about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Every time they go through, it shows them something different. The next attraction are called the animal enclosures. These are like fenced areas where animals come up from the ground. Here we're seeing a seal come out of its hole. These are baby dinosaurs hatching from their eggs. People can reach over and try to touch them. The technology works in such a way where we can do this effect, where sometimes it looks like the animals are jumping over the fence to get you. The next attraction is called the sky roof. This is like a piece of glass where animals can walk over the top of you. Here we're seeing some triceratops. Looking at dinosaurs from underneath is an interesting angle to view them from. Sometimes we make the animals really big. The sky roof can also be a little bit scary sometimes. Here's a section from the Christmas show. We can also project the animals so that they are below the glass, swimming around above your head. You can reach up and touch them. Here is a platypus. So a quick summary again of how it works. I want to try and get this into your mind if you're not familiar with it. You buy the Hologram Zoo. You go and rent a building. We come along and we install the Hologram Zoo. We set you up with what you need. Families visit you and they pay like they would pay to see a movie or another attraction. They begin in number 1 in a small theatre. They get a little show there. The theatre is optional. Then they go through number 2, a long tunnel. It takes them about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Then they go past the fenced areas in number 3. Then they go under the sky roof in number 4. Then they're back at the beginning to go through the tunnel again. They will go around these things 5 times, and each time they'll see something different. So in Africa, one journey they'll see the elephants, the next one the giraffes, then gorillas in a thunderstorm in the mountains. Then they swim in the river with the hippopotamus. At the end, they go to the photo booth. That's another optional device that we'll show you later. Hologram Zoo is quite new. In the form you've just seen it, it's less than 2 years old. Yet it's already sold 45 centres worldwide, with new ones being sold every month. 20 of them are already open at the time of making this video. Because of its popularity, it's become one of the fastest growing entertainment chains in the world. Denmark, Switzerland, London, Paris, Las Vegas, Arizona, Niagara Falls, Mexico City, Chicago, Pennsylvania, Austin, Texas, New Zealand, Malaysia, nearly every capital city in Australia, even Mongolia has one. It's spreading particularly fast in America and Canada after I was on one of those entrepreneur investor TV shows with the CEO of Netflix. Each Hologram Zoo comes with a territory. so we will have to meet you and approve that you'll take good care of it. Moving along, I think this is probably one of the most important slides. The main question you should be asking is, do people like it? That's what your business depends on. If people had lots of fun, then they come back. They tell their friends. They get excited when they hear that new content is about to come out. Here we're looking at a group of many different ages. Very young children, older children, adults, even the elderly. We can't see what they're seeing, but we can see the expression on their faces. There's lots of smiling, lots of laughing, and sometimes a little bit of screaming. But it's good screaming, like when you're on a roller coaster. When a dinosaur comes off the screen to eat you, it gives you a nice scare. It's something children like. It's why they return to theme park rides. In the middle, we're showing some of the ratings from different hologram zoos all around the world. Compared to other attractions, Hologram Zoo has some of the highest ratings around. Getting back to the technology, two of the biggest technology awards in America are CES and the Thomas Edison Award. Thomas Edison originally invented the light bulb, and this award is to find the modern Thomas Edisons of our time. The previous winners of the award were Elon Musk of Tesla and Steve Jobs of Apple. In 2024, the judges, after going through all the applicants of new emerging technologies, gave the award to Laurie LeShen, head of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and Axiom Holographics for their new hologram entertainment technology. Moving on, one of the most important questions is, how much space does it use? This here is a minimum setup of a hologram zoo. It uses 16 meters by 23 meters. That's about 370 meters square. And if you're not exactly that shape, that's okay. We can move the equipment around and make it fit into all sorts of different sizes. You'll also need at least 3 meters of ceiling height. For those of you in America, that's 53 feet by 76 feet. Your ceiling height must be around 10 feet, and it's around 4,000 square feet in total. Moving along to the content. In a normal zoo, people visit, they see everything, so there isn't that much reason to regularly return. But Hologram Zoo is more like the movies. It regularly has new shows. At the moment, in the last 2 years, we've made 8 shows. Most of them are about animals in different regions, like the North Pole, Australia, Asia, and Africa. And at present, underwater and South America are in development. We also have science-based shows, like Outer Space. In this one, you visit the planets. You go in the International Space Station. It's particularly good for school excursions. And of course, we've also done dinosaurs. Like all our shows, they go through 20 different things, and the dinosaurs are life-size, so they're very big. We've been a little bit naughty with dinosaurs. We realized it was the most popular of all, so many zoos only allow it as a second session, a dinosaur upgrade. We offer this to people at half price of what a normal session would be. In our own trial zoo in Australia, around 50% of people do the dinosaur upgrade. We also have seasonal shows like Halloween and Christmas. Halloween is suitable for most children. However, at our own trial centre in Australia, 2/3 of visitors for Halloween did not bring children with them, so it did a good job at reaching out to an older audience. The Christmas show is one of our best. All the toys come to life. You fly away in Santa's sleigh. You deliver presents to all the countries of the world. The penguins are trying to stop you from getting to Santa's workshop. Seasonal content is a very good money maker. Who would want to miss out on a hologram Christmas show at Christmas time? We'll now discuss some of the optional extras. We have a small stage hologram theatre. This is where a cartoon character tells you about the show you're going to see today and a little bit of educational information about the animals. This small show goes for about 3 minutes. Then a hologram person gives instructions telling the people what to do. If you choose not to have a small theatre, then these instructions can be given on a video on a TV. Around a third of our hologram zoos are in languages other than English. Even though there is a lot of information and a lot of commentary in Hologram Zoo, we do a good job of putting this into other languages and keeping them updated. The next optional extra is the photo booth. You can take pictures of the holograms, but they come out a bit blurry and doubled. So at the end we have a special green screen photo booth where people can go in and pose with the animals. The animals appear on the TV in front. The people position themselves to look like they're patting the animals. Then the photo booth takes the pictures. You can either let your customers download these pictures for free using a QR code, or you can sell them a photo album. You purchase the albums cheaply from us, and then you print out the photos on site using a printer and put them in the albums for the guests. In Australia, we charge $20 for the photo album, about $14 US, and about 34% of families purchase them. Next in the photo booth, the family makes actual videos. You run on the spot. You look like you're riding on an elephant. The screen tells the family what to do. Then at the end, the computer processes the video and the family can download it using the QR code. You can charge your customers for this if you want, but normally we let them do it at the end for free because people putting these videos on social media is one of the best forms of advertisement you can have. Their friends and relatives see it and want to go to Hologram Zoo as well. Another optional extra is for every visitor to receive a projectogram. A projectogram is a little foldable cardboard box. It comes with some red and blue cardboard glasses. Normally, red and blue glasses don't come more than 3 centimeters off the page, but these projectograms come out about 15 centimeters, 5 inches, and they're very high resolution and look quite solid. They're the perfect gift for a person's visit. We've seen many examples of children taking them to school and telling other people about Hologram Zoo. Now, to avoid any misunderstanding, in Hologram Zoo you don't normally wear red and blue glasses. The red and blue glasses are only for the projectograms. Another optional extra is to have a large hologram theatre in your party area. These are stage hologram technology. It means the guests do not have to wear glasses to see it, but it means that whilst they have depth and they go backwards, they don't come forwards off the screen. The animals won't come off the screen and fly around in the air like they do in the tunnel. This makes it one of the most beautiful birthday party or eating areas. Every 3 minutes or so, the environment changes. They can be in the forest, underwater, in a thunderstorm, or see the beauty of holographic waterfalls. Another very interesting feature of this large theatre is that before the child has their birthday party, they come in 10 minutes early and they go into the photo booth. The photo booth tells them to wave at the audience, run on the spot, look like you're swimming. Then during the birthday, while the children are eating their cake and birthday food, every minute or so, the birthday child appears in the large theatre among the animals. Here they are swimming. Here they are running away from the bulls. Here they are in a giant bubble. Here they are riding a panda. For many people, this is the funnest, most amusing birthday they could ever have. And the birthday child is the center of attention. In many places around the world, advertising is quite expensive. Repeat customers are easy, but getting people to know about Hologram Zoo for the first time is sometimes difficult. We want to show you a business model that's been highly successful. If you contact a school and ask them to do a school excursion, it may be some time before they agree. So instead, we contact schools and we say, we will come to you. We send in a staff member to teach the children all about the science of 3D and how 3D is made. The children all get red and blue glasses and a projectogram. The show explains the science of 3D and how it all works. Children are delighted, but throughout the show, we're also constantly telling them about Hologram Zoo. Afterwards, the result is that many of these children come in with their families. The school also knows you after this, so then when you ask if they want to do an excursion, they're often a lot more willing. This model is one of the cheapest forms of advertising you can do. It does require a little bit of work, but we will train your staff members in how to give such a presentation. Trials and numbers. Hologram Zoo has done very well as a luxury product. You do not need to be too cheap in what you charge. In Australia, we charge $39.50 Australian dollars in the busy times, and we charge $29.50 in the less busy times. They can also do a dinosaur upgrade for $17.50. Around 50% of people do this. And then we charge another $20 per family for the photo albums. We also have a popular toy and gift shop, and people buy drinks and snacks. When doing your own calculations, here are the important numbers you need to know. The Hologram Zoo will take about 84 people in an hour. In most countries, there's about 175 non-school days in the year. Most of your money will be made on these non-school days, weekends and holidays. Insert the number of hours you'll be open in the day and the average amount of money you think you'll receive from each person. Then put in the occupancy rate you think you will get according to your area. The bottom example shows a busier area with higher foot traffic and longer opening hours. The amount that you're going to make will vary from place to place. We're going to have a look at 3 very different examples. Our first trial was in the center of the city in a prime location, making $370,000 US in 42 days. This was from 25,000 customers. At the time, we charged around $23 Australian per person, about $15 US. We now realize that we could have charged a lot more per person. Today we charge almost $40, around $27 US. But people seem happy to pay. By being in such a prime location, all it required was a large sign, and we brought in a lot of people. Another thing you should be aware of in this trial is that we had 2 tunnels instead of 1. A single tunnel can only take around 84 people in an hour. We were getting so many customers that 1 tunnel wasn't enough. The next centre we're going to look at is very different. This is our own trial centre in Australia. We chose it because it's near to our main office. It's in a suburban area, not in the middle of the city, and it has no walk-by foot traffic. Originally, it was intended for creating and testing the equipment, and we weren't sure if we were going to open to the public at all. But in order to test the equipment, we needed to get a lot of people through. So we began opening and advertising special free days where we let large amounts of people in for free. Around 6 months ago, we moved to proper commercial operations. What's been most interesting in the first 6 months of commercial operations is the level of growth. Here are the averages per day in the first quarter and the averages per day in the second quarter. You can see it on this graph. Don't be distracted by the high peaks, those are the school holidays. But have a look at the areas between the school holidays. They've seen around 56% growth in just 6 months. And the same has happened to the school holidays, the larger peaks. This is because when people visit, they tell other people, and they themselves come back regularly. It's also because we've been visiting the schools. So far, we've only visited 50 schools of the 500 in Brisbane, our city. This is a very high growth business. When people have birthday parties, the children who visit want to have birthday parties there themselves. So the first 2 examples we've looked at is one in the center of the city. The next one was in a suburban area with no foot traffic. The third example is in a shopping mall. This is the Hologram Zoo in Copenhagen, Denmark. It makes a lot more money than the one in the suburban center, but at the same time, it has to pay a higher rent. We can see in the number of visitors that it's also experiencing a high level of growth. So how well will you do as a business? That's going to come down to 2 factors. The first one is the area that you open up your store. Are there lots of young families in the area? Do they have a high level of disposable income that they can spend on entertainment? A good way to work this out is to have a look at the other children's activities in the area. Bowling, computer game arcades, trampoline centers. Are there a lot of them, and are they doing well? If so, you should expect the same. The second part of your growth is your own efforts as an operator. You can open up your Hologram Zoo and it will grow by itself. People will visit and they will tell other people. But there's also additional work that can be done that will greatly help your growth as a business. We encourage most Hologram Zoos to employ an additional person for a few days a week. This person contacts after-school vacation care. In each country, there are groups that look after children when the parents are busy, taking them to different entertainment activities. At first, you'll get a limited response. But once those people have gone, you ask them for a reference. And you use these references when you contact other groups. I can see that in our own centre, we have 685 children from 8 different groups booked in for the next school holidays. This person also contacts the schools. Now remember, the plan for the schools is, at first you go into the school for free to tell people about it. This causes many children to bring their families in at full price. Then, around 3 months later, you reapproach the school and you say, "Would you like to do a school excursion?" And once again, the same principle applies. You want the children to go once, then they are aware of it and hopefully turn into a regular repeat customer. In the 3 examples we gave, one was in the center of the city with very high rent. One was in a shopping mall with medium rent. And one was in a suburban area with low rent. Now, all of these models work in their own way. You may think it's important to be in the area with the most people, but our trials are showing that with some hard work, you can continue to grow your business even in a low-rent suburban area and make it do very well. One thing to consider is that a shopping mall doesn't get 1 million people around it. It normally gets about 200,000 people. So once your center is reaching out to 1 million people around, the shopping mall is no longer helping you. Instead, you're actually bringing the customers to the shopping mall. Moving on to general operations. One of our goals in creating Hologram Zoo was to make a business that required very few staff. The central computer coordinates the customers. There are screens with their family names on and a countdown that tells them when they go into the next activity. There are neon dinosaur signs throughout the center. The theater says, "Go to the green dinosaur sign." At the end of the tunnel, it says, "Go to the orange dinosaur sign." This system works very well and looks after large numbers of people. In fact, the zoo only requires 2 staff members to run. The first one is at the front counter. They greet the guests when they arrive. They either take their money or check if they've booked online. They put them into the system and start their show. This staff member also looks after the selling of toys and food. The second staff member gives the guests their glasses. This staff member is positioned deeper into the store, closer to the activities, so that they can answer any questions from the customers. At the end, this staff member puts the glasses into the glasses cleaning machine. Different countries have different rules regarding staff and lunch breaks, so you'll also have to factor that in when working out the amount of staff you'll need. Hologram Zoo is very easy to run. For example, in a restaurant, you don't know how many guests you'll have, so you don't know how many waiters you'll need or how many chefs in the kitchen. You have to do lots of ordering. If you order too much food, it will go out of date. If you don't order enough, then the customers will be upset and complain there's no lettuce on their burger. And then you've got the costs of the actual ingredients and the food preparation. Now compare this to a hologram zoo. There's no food, there's nothing going out of date, you're basically selling colourful electricity. We have spreadsheets where we can go through the expenses in your territory, like rent, staff, electricity, insurance, as well as what you think you can charge in your region. We're happy to have a meeting with you where we can help you with your calculations. Getting started. If you decide that Hologram Zoo is something that you'd like to own and operate, the first step is finding a suitable building. We work with you through this process. You send us maps and we send back ideas for where the equipment would go. Hologram Zoo is not a franchise. It is an equipment sale with a content fee, so you can choose your own prices and your own operating hours. For staff training, we send over someone when we do the installation. They will train your staff. We'll also have meetings with you every 3 months for you to decide what show you want to show next. In these meetings, we speak about what's been successful in other centres and show you techniques to help your own business. Conclusion. Hologram Zoo is a very fun business to run. It's very different to a normal business like a shop or a restaurant because people at Hologram Zoo are extremely happy by what they see. You hear children shouting and laughing all day long, with parents thanking you and telling you what a good time they had. The other day I visited our store and I saw a little boy come out of the hologram tunnel and say to his father, "Daddy, this is the happiest day of my life." So I realized we must be doing something right to be bringing so much joy to people. Thank you for listening to the end of this video. Please think about whether Hologram Zoo might be right for you and contact us for more information. Or consider coming to visit us at headquarters. You can visit any of the operators, but they'll only have the show that is playing at the time. But if you come to visit our headquarters, you'll be very welcome. We'll be able to show you all the different content. We'll also be able to show you what's in development and what's going to come out later. And meeting our team and getting to know us is a wonderful way to begin the relationship. That's the end of this presentation. Thank you for considering Hologram Zoo.